Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're unraveling a story that literally bridges ancient mythology and this staggering modern-day phenomenon. Have you ever wondered what could possibly compel millions of people every single year to travel to a small village in Rajasthan called Khatu? They aren't going to see a grand palace or a sprawling fortress. They are going there to worship a severed head. Sounds intense, right? But this isn't just any story. This is the epic tale of Khatu Shyam, originally known as Barbaric, a warrior whose power was so absolute that Lord Krishna himself had to intervene. We are going to explore how an ancient battlefield sacrifice transformed into a massively viral digital age devotion.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to hit the Khatu Shyam phenomenon, the invincible warrior Barbaric, Krishna and the ultimate sacrifice, the mysteries of water and color, the 13 sacred steps, and finally, this massive modern devotion wave. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Khatu Shyam Phenomenon.
To really grasp the magnitude of what we're looking at, we have to start with the numbers. Because honestly, what's happening in Khatu right now, it defies ordinary logic. Look at this leap. Back in 2020, the temple's annual revenue was around 12.5 crore rupees. Just 3 years later, 2023, boom, it exploded to roughly 250 crore. That is just an unprecedented surge. So what's actually driving this? Is it just growing faith, or is there an unseen force drawing people in? Well, to figure that out, we actually need to rewind thousands of years to the bloody battlefields of the Mahabharata.
Section 2. The invincible warrior Barbaric. Long before he was worshipped as Khatu Shyam, he was Barbaric, born to Ghatotkacha and Morvi, making him the grandson of the mighty Pandava, Bhima. And from day one, this kid was just extraordinary. By age 5, he could stop an elephant with his bare hands. By age 10, he was defeating hordes of demons in a single day. But his raw strength wasn't actually his defining trait. It was his moral code. His mother, Morvi, drilled a core principle into him. True dharma is to support the loser. You always stand with the weak, the isolated, and the defeated. And Barbaric? He internalized this completely. It's absolutely crucial to remember this, because this single piece of mom's advice is going to dictate his entire destiny and create the greatest cosmic paradox of the ancient world.
So to fulfill this vow to protect the weak, Barbaric undergoes some severe penance in the Himalayas to worship Lord Shiva. And Shiva rewards him with 3 miraculous arrows. Now the mechanics of these arrows, it's literally like a divine targeting system. Arrow 1 flies out and paints a red target on all your enemies. Arrow 2 flies out and paints a blue target on all your allies to protect them. And the third arrow, it executes every single red target while safely ignoring the blue ones. With a bow that never misses, Barbaric could essentially end any war, anywhere, in mere seconds.
Section 3. Krishna and the ultimate sacrifice. When the Great Mahabharata War is announced, Barbaric rides out on his blue horse, ready to jump in. True to his mother's word, he asks around to see who the loser is, and everyone tells him the Pandavas are weaker than the Kauravas. So he decides to fight for the Pandavas. But before he gets to the battlefield, he's stopped by a radiant, smiling Brahmin. This Brahmin is, of course, Lord Krishna in disguise. And Krishna wants to test this crazy boast that Barbaric could end the war with just 3 arrows. He points to a massive peepal tree and challenges Barbaric to pierce every single leaf without destroying them. Barbaric fires 1 arrow. Miraculously, a perfect hole appears in every single leaf on the tree. But the real kicker? Krishna had secretly hidden 1 leaf right under his foot. The arrow just hovered there, waiting to pierce the hidden leaf without harming Krishna. The test was over. Krishna knew this power was absolute. But here is where we hit that unsolvable cosmic paradox. Krishna points out the fatal flaw in Barbaric's vow. Think about it. If Barbaric joins the Pandavas, his overwhelming power instantly makes the Kauravas the weaker side. Bound by his vow to support the loser, he'd have to switch sides and fight for the Kauravas. Then the Pandavas become the losers, so he switches again, back and forth, until Barbaric is literally the only guy left standing on a battlefield of corpses. Krishna absolutely had to intervene to maintain the balance of the epic war. To stop this catastrophic loop, Krishna asks for Guru Dakshina, a spiritual teacher's fee. His ask? Barbaric's own head. Barbaric instantly realizes the divinity of the request and agrees, but with one final wish. He wants to watch the Great War. Pleased by this immense sacrifice, Krishna grants a massive boon. Barbaric's severed head is placed on a high hill to witness the entire 18-day Mahabharata War. Krishna also declares that in the modern age, the Kali Yuga, Barbaric will be worshipped by Krishna's own name, Shyam. Section 4. Mysteries of Water and Color. Fast forward centuries, the head mysteriously disappeared after the ancient war, only to be rediscovered in Rajasthan by a devout Brahmin named Pandit Somdat, who was guided by a divine dream. And that brings us to the physical location of Khatu Shyam today, where two deeply fascinating phenomena perfectly blend hardcore scientific inquiry with deep spiritual devotion. Let's look closely at the water and the idol. When the head was discovered, it was placed near a natural pool called the Shyam Kund. Today, millions bathe in this water, believing it cleanses their deepest sins. But that begs a super practical question. With thousands of people using it every single day, where on earth does the water come from, and why doesn't it run out? Okay, scientifically speaking, researchers have run multiple tests around the Shyam Kund, and the results are wild. They have found absolutely no underground water source feeding this pool. None. Yet, despite constant, heavy usage by thousands of devotees, the water level mysteriously never decreases. It doesn't overflow either. It just stays perfectly constant. On the spiritual side, tradition holds that this kund is directly connected to Vishnu's Kshir Sagar, the cosmic ocean of milk. For devotees, that completely explains the infinite, unchanging supply and its purifying properties. It's this beautiful tension, right, between what we can physically measure and what is deeply believed. Now, the second major mystery revolves around the idol itself, which literally appears to change color based on the lunar cycle. During the Krishna Paksha, the dark fortnight of the moon, the idol is entirely covered in a yellow sandalwood paste. Sure, scientifically, that's a physical application, but spiritually, it represents the deity's peaceful, simple, and infinitely compassionate form. Then, during the Shukla Paksha, the bright fortnight, that sandalwood is removed to reveal the original, dark black shalagram stone. This striking black form represents unyielding power and ultimate divine protection. It's a brilliant system where astronomy dictates the physical presentation of the idol, letting devotees experience shifting spiritual energies all month long.
Section 5. The 13 Sacred Steps.
Beyond the water and the idol, there's this captivating architectural feature at the temple that really defines the pilgrim's journey, the famous 13 sacred steps. These aren't just normal stairs. The whole thing is designed as a physical and spiritual transition. You start by leaving your worldly baggage at the base. As you ascend, every single step is considered a test of your true desires. But the real magic happens right at step 13. When you hit the top, the architecture aligns so perfectly that you make direct, unbroken eye contact with the deity. Devotees constantly report this profound sensation in this exact spot, a feeling that all their unspoken thoughts and deepest fears are instantly communicated directly to the idol, without uttering a single word. Section 6. The Modern Devotion Wave. So we've unpacked the ancient lore, the paradox, the mind-bending scientific mysteries of the water, and the architecture of the steps. But how exactly did this very specific ancient deity suddenly explode into the mainstream in the 2020s? Check out this incredible timeline of faith. You've got an event from 3000 BCE on a bloody battlefield. Fast forward to the 11th century, a Brahmin discovers the head and builds the first temple. Then, a massive gap of relative quiet, until the 2020s. What changed? Well, the internet happened. Social media algorithms, Instagram reels, and viral music collided with ancient faith. In times of serious modern stress, youth were looking for an anchor, and they found it in the digital spread of Khatu Shyam's message. Honestly, nothing captures this vibe better than this massively viral lyric from singer Kanaya Mittal, "I am defeated, Baba, but I trust you." Think about how perfectly that echoes Mother Morbi's ancient rule from thousands of years ago, support the loser. In today's world where people are feeling totally defeated by finances or careers or just life in general, they identify as the loser in need of support. Through viral music, millions of modern youth suddenly realize that this ancient warrior was fundamentally bound by a cosmic vow to support them when they hit rock bottom. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. We've explored water levels that completely defy scientific testing, stones that shift meaning with the phases of the moon, and paradoxes that literally halted the greatest war in mythology. But maybe the greatest phenomenon isn't found in the soil of Rajasthan at all. Perhaps the true miracle is how a mother's ancient advice to support the defeated managed to cross millennia, hijack social media algorithms, and offer real hope to millions of people in the digital age. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey, and keep questioning the fascinating world around you.